on WUTR.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Angie Pawlowski. Thank you for joining us. Your questions, your voices. That's what filled the city of Rome this morning as community members were able to meet face-to-face with both incumbent Congresswoman Claudia Tenney and challenger Anthony Brindisi. Eyewitness News reporter Jen Seelig brings us a closer look.
Today marks the first political forum in the 22nd Congressional District, where both candidates appeared side by side answering questions from constituents.
Well, it depends. If you look on paper, the economy is doing well. But if you talk to voters in this district, as I have done over the last few months, holding town hall meetings, you're finding that this tax bill benefited the people in this district to the extent it should have.
Let's talk about the big companies and the tax reform and the spectrum and all this other stuff he gets into. None of that is true. And in fact, 2 weeks ago, we voted on the House of Representatives to make these tax cuts permanent for individuals.
Questions were focused on a variety of topics like the tax reform bill, immigration laws, and increasing educational funding. And as questions were answered, both candidates' answers started turning into attacks toward their opponent.
You have people that divide people with rhetoric, like calling all Democrats mass shooters or saying they're un-American, or saying last week in a radio interview that farmers that support me are not legitimate business owners. That kind of rhetoric is getting us nowhere in this country right now. What we need right now are people who can actually bring everyone together.
They don't talk about issues and solving problems. I know. I'm a small business owner. I was a lawyer. I know how it works. We need someone who's going to have a relationship with our community, who's going to do the kind of work we do.
The forum ended after the candidates gave their last statements.
This is one of the most important elections in our country. If we do not retain a group of people, the majority in the House of Representatives, who are willing to work with the president, you're going to continue to see backward progress. You're not going to continue to have the tax cuts, which were made permanent, just waiting on the Senate to have that happen.
I want to work with both sides of the aisle to come up with bipartisan solutions to fix the Affordable Care Act, lower premiums, because I think health care is not a privilege, it's a right.
Election Day is November 6th. In Rome, Jen Seelig, Eyewitness News.
Now, among that large crowd today, people of all ages. That does include students from our local school districts. We did speak with a student from RFA to learn what she thought of today's event.
I thought that there were some really great questions that were, given to them today. Most of the questions were answered, I think, to their best ability. Some of the questions, they weren't really answered. They were more attacking the other opponent, or they totally dodged the question and just talked about themselves and what they had done, and it wasn't really focused on what I think everyone wanted to be answered.
Not all of those questions being answered today, but Lauren was able to submit her additional questions on an index card. She hopes to hear a response from